Hello and welcome into the PHLY Bets show. I am Jamie Lynch. Buckle up for week 4 of PHLY Bets presented by bet365. You can find out why. It's never ordinary at bet365. Pioneered live in-game betting. We had one of our diehard members here the other night ask me why he was getting cashed out early. Well, it was because the Cubs went up 7 runs and they have early payout offers across all the sports. So make sure you download the Bet365 app, use code PHLY365, and you can get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. If you are a new user, let's turn those $200 in bonus bets even into some more of Bet365's money. I love taking their money. Hopefully we can help you, give you some information to take some of theirs as well. But of course, we thank them for presenting the show. All right, let's get right into it because there is some monster college football games this weekend. Of course, tonight we have an NFC East primetime matchup. Got some Friday night college football. So let's get right into tonight's game. That is the Dallas Cowboys. And boy, are they licking their wounds. They are heading to the red-hot New York Giants to take on Thursday night football. Couple injuries in this game to keep an eye out for. The Cowboys' defense is really, really bad. They're already without Deron Bland. Rookie cornerback Carson could be out. Bell could be out. There's a lot of people banged up. The Giants cornerbacks and Phillips, Adoree Jackson are out already with calf injuries. Cornerback Nick McLeod is getting back after being hurt in the opener. Darius Slayton is questionable. Micah McFadden and Dexter Lawrence are on the injury report as well. So a lot of people beat up in this game, so keep an eye on that if it affects you as a gambler. But the trends are this in the game tonight. And I'm going to come out right away and say I like the over as my main play in this game. And I lean a lot towards liking the Cowboys here. I understand their last 2 games at home, they've given up like over 91 points, and the defense is just kind of a sieve right now. But offensively, they're putting up numbers. And the Giants, while they might be 2-1, I don't think their record indicates what they really are, and that's not a great offense. I know Malik Neighbors is having a great start to his rookie career and all of that, but my lean is the Cowboys. My play is the over. We'll see if I end up parlaying that. I got a little same-game parlay I cooked up. But the Cowboys beat the Giants 49-17 last time they met last November down in Texas. Now, obviously, not the same teams. Malik Neighbors was still in college. Deron Bland was playing for the Cowboys. A lot of things are different, but the Cowboys did boat race them the last time they matched up. The Cowboys have won 6 straight and 13 out of 14 in this head-to-head matchup. Tied for their most in such a stretch against any one opponent. So this has been a one-way competition as of late. This is a pretty wild stat. The Cowboys are playing a road game on 3 days rest for the first time in franchise history. So for all of you people that buy the Cowboys greasing the wheels of the league offices, that would certainly support your conspiracy theories there, because to not play a road game on a short week is kind of ridiculous at this point. Thursday Night Football has been around enough now where that should have happened. So that's something to keep in mind. Dating back to 2021, the Cowboys are 7-1 in this matchup. The Cowboys are 5-3 against the spread in that same span. Now, all 3 Cowboys games, because of an atrocious defense and a high-powered offense, have gone over this year. That's one of the reasons why I like the over tonight. But something's got to give, because all 3 Giants games have gone under on the season. So, again, I like the over of 45 right now on the Bet365 app. The Cowboys currently, let me just pull up the most recent odds, are at -5.5. It opened at 4.5. It got as high as 6.5. It seems to be middling out there around 5.5. It was 5 earlier today. So this one does have a lot of movement on it as the public money comes in here on game day. But we're going to go Cowboys. Give me the -5.5. I've talked myself into it. And the over of 45 in this game. All right, that's your big boys, the NFL action. Let's get into a little Friday night college football. Down in Miami, the number 7 Hurricanes are hosting the Virginia Tech Hokies. Miami's quarterback. Miami's kind of having a great start to the year. Quarterback Cam Ward is leading the nation with 14 touchdown passes, and the Hurricanes are currently 4th nationally in scoring at 52 points per game average. They got into a battle last week at South Florida, going into the halftime, only leading by 1, and then they reeled off 36 unanswered points. Miami has the 6th best rushing attack in the nation, defensively, only allowing 64 yards per game. And if Virginia Tech has any hope of pulling off this upset, they're going to do so on the ground. So not a great matchup for Virginia Tech versus Miami's run defense. On overs this year, Miami is currently 2-0-1. They pushed on an over and they've won twice. The Virginia Tech defense has allowed early leads in 3 of the 4 games. The defense for the Hokies not up to par. The Hokies are 3-6 against the spread as a road underdog under their current coach. So I like Miami in this one. The current line here, let me just, I lost my spot here on the Bet365 page. Currently, oh boy, where are you, Miami? Where are you? Where'd you go? Where the hell are you? So many games this weekend. It's a good problem to have. There we go. It would help if I looked under Friday night and not Saturday afternoon. Miami currently 17.5 point favorite. Over under is 54. So give me the Hurricanes. Give me the over. We'll roll with that. All right, next up for all you Penn Staters, a little local action. I got some cousins, some alumni heading up to Happy Valley this weekend for the Whiteout, 7:30 Saturday night. The number 19 Illinois Fighting Illini are coming in to take on the Nittany Lions, who are currently number 9 in the country. Penn State's going to be without defensive back KJ Winston, which is a pretty significant injury for them. It is going to be a whiteout. It is going to be nuts up there. People will be drinking all day, and it's going to be a rowdy environment. A lot of people. So far, and I think this is maybe some recency bias because talking this game out with our own Tyler Zulli, I watched Illinois last weekend. I bet against them, actually. So I suffered a loss. You're welcome, Bet365, for your money back. I suffered a loss at the hands of the Illini, and offensively, they kind of impressed me a little bit. So when I first saw this line, I was thinking Illinois. It's up at 17.5, I think now. Let me double check on that. But the line was big, and I was going, Penn State's not really a blow-it-out type of squad. Illinois looked good last weekend. I was originally thinking dog here. It's currently 18. It's gone up half a point. Over-under on this one's 47.5. So I originally was thinking Illini all week. But talking with Tyler, and this is a theory of mine, sometimes when the spread seems a lot bigger, because Tyler was like, to me, I thought this would have been like a 13, at most 14-point line, a top 25 matchup. Why is it 17, 18, 18.5? Well, sometimes they make the line big because they know something. And, a lot of the people are betting the Illini. 75% of the public action as of last night was taking the Illini. Illinois is 3-0 against the spread this college football season. They're having a really good start to the year. They've covered the spread in 4 of their 5 away games, their last 5 away games. Penn State, a little bit of a cover machine themselves. They've covered 7 of their last 12 games. And the middling Illinois defense, they rank 44th in EPA per play and 76th in success rate. Drew Aller and the Penn State offense really hasn't put it on the table yet and boat race anybody. But I'm going to bet on this being the weekend it happens. I think the Penn State offense versus the Illinois defense will be too much to overcome. I'm going to lay it. I'm going to lay the lumber here with Penn State and the 18. I flip-flopped. Wish I would have gotten that a little lower. But everybody being on Illinois, whiteout at Penn State, big number to cover, top 25 matchup. I'm going to fade the public here and go PSU. All right, the next game, the granddaddy of them all, number 2 Georgia at number 4 Alabama. This is college football theater that every college football fan is going to want to watch. This is awesome. Now, Georgia, number 1 in the country, number 2, Texas number 1. Very easily could have been number 1 preseason. Their defense is their bread and butter so far. The offense and Carson Beck, a projected top 5 draft pick next year. They haven't really gotten it clicking yet offensively. Georgia defense is the only college defense, FBS defense, that hasn't allowed a touchdown yet. And they've only surrendered 2 plays of 20 yards or more. So this Georgia defense is humming like they're known for. Alabama is 19th nationally in rushing production. And they're top 10 in FBS in both scoring, offense, and defense, coming off an opening week following its 42-10 thrashing of Wisconsin on the road last week. 60% of the action of the public money is on Alabama to win this game. Georgia is 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. A sputtering offense will cause you not to cover games. That's not rocket science. Alabama is 10-4 against their spread in their last 14 games. The total has gone under in 6 of Georgia's last 7 overall games. A sputtering offense and a great defense, yeah, you're going to have some low scores. The total has gone over in 9 of Alabama's last 12 games against Georgia. The Georgia Bulldogs are 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 September football games. I'm going with the dog here. I'm going with the home dog. Give me Alabama. I don't think Georgia's offense right now is up to par of what it should be in a game like this. And Alabama is good. Defensively, offensively, they're a very well-rounded team right now. Maybe getting a little bit of discredit in the post-Nick Saban world. But give me the home dog in Tuscaloosa. Hell yeah, we'll ride with Alabama as an underdog. I don't care if it's versus Georgia or not. It might be tough to score, but I'm not going to touch the over-under on this one. Give me Alabama here. All right, the number 1 team in the country is, and we'll see if Ewers is back this weekend, quarterbacking Texas. There's some talk that maybe he could be ready. If not, Arch Manning will get the start again. Arch Manning had his first career start last weekend. Didn't skip a beat. Texas so far this year is 4-0 against the spread. Mississippi State, on the other hand, just 1-3. Texas's spreads this year in their 4-0 against the spread games are huge. 32 against Colorado State, 34.5 against University of Texas San Antonio, and 44.5 against Louisiana Monroe. They've covered those games by an average of 29.5 points. Texas is boat racing, people. The Bulldogs of Mississippi State are allowing 31 points per game on average, 416 yards per game on that average. Texas is 14-6-1 as a home favorite under Steve Sarkisian, dating back to 2021. We're going to lay the number 1 team in the country here. I don't want to be on the Mississippi State. If you end up losing a game like that, that's fine. But just my dumb sports betting brain, I don't like betting bad football teams. Mississippi State, not really a good team right now. I don't like their chances of holding Texas in check. So I'm going to take Texas there. All right, top 25 matchup. Number 13, Louisville at number 16, Notre Dame this weekend. Notre Dame has a quarterback issue. Riley Leonard can't throw the ball effectively downfield. So Riley Leonard, he has 1 touchdown pass all year. It was an 8-yarder last weekend. Now, he has rushed for, I believe, 6 touchdowns. So their rushing attack is good. They're 10th in the country. They're averaging 283 yards per game on the ground. Notre Dame is 0-4 against the spread in its last 4 meetings versus Louisville. So something to keep in mind there. Notre Dame, they're 0-2 against the spread when favored by more than 7 points. I'm going to go with Louisville. I'm going to stick with the trend here that Louisville covers another one versus Notre Dame, and they keep it within 5. That line currently is Notre Dame minus 6.5. Over under is 46. So give me the Cardinals from Louisville. Don't say Louisville. People down there will very much correct you. Louisville. So I'm gonna give me the Louisville Cardinals at 6.5 points there. All right. Another game, 2 more to get to, and then we'll let you find people go. The Oklahoma State number 20 Cowboys are heading to Kansas State and Manhattan, Kansas, to take on the number 23 Kansas State Wildcats. Both teams are coming off their first losses of the season last week. Oklahoma is 2-2 against the spread this year and 2-2 to the over this year. So not much to gather there. Kansas State, they're just 1-3 against the spread and 3-1 to the under on the season. Oklahoma State is 19-15 all time versus Kansas State. but 2-4 in their last 6 trips. This rivalry dates back to 1915. Oklahoma State has won 4 of the past 5 meetings with Kansas State and 6 of the previous 10 in this series. Oklahoma State tailback Ollie Gordon was just held to 42 yards on the ground last weekend. It was a continuation of a trend for Gordon, who had 1,700 rushing yards last year, but is averaging just 64 yards per game now. So Oklahoma State, Kansas State, let me see, find them on the Bet365 app here, because I never want to save the lines because I always want them fresh and live, because I don't want to be giving you old lines, and these lines are subject to change. Oklahoma State, where are you? Where are you? There's so many college football games this weekend. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. All right. Kansas State, -5. Over-under on this one is 55. No real strong play here. I would probably lean on the side of an over. But yeah, I'll go with the dog. I'll take the OK State Cowboys plus the 5 points. No real strong feeling there. And then I'm always going to throw in the late night degenerate special for you, because Saturday nights, if you win and you got some free house money to play with, the late game's always fun to bet. If you're losing all day and maybe you took off the 7:30, 8 o'clock games, and then you get that old fighter's heart rising up saying, I want to win back some of my money Saturday night. You got number 8 Oregon at UCLA. UCLA absolutely stinks this year. They are not a good football team at all. So let's try to win some money back late night. Currently, Oregon is a 25.5 point favorite. Over-under on this one is 55. It's at UCLA. Oregon has covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 games overall. They've hit the game under in 7 of their last 13. UCLA has also hit the under in 9 of their last 12. Oregon is 1-2 against the spread this season. UCLA is 1-2 against the spread this season. It's a big number, but again, like I talked about earlier, I don't want to be on the side of a bad football team. If Oregon doesn't cover, I can live with that. So give me the Ducks minus the 25.5. So to recap some of my favorite plays here, courtesy of Bet365, I cooked up a little same game parlay for this evening's Thursday night football game. I just put this in. Let me see what the odds are. I believe it was around plus 550 or so. Plus 475, excuse me. So we have the over in tonight's game, 45 points. We have the Cowboys minus the 5.5. And then I'm going CeeDee Lamb. He hasn't had his bust-out game yet, but I'm going to go over receiving yards, 82.5. I put $10 on that. We'll just work in $10 increments for the sake of this segment. That pays back $57.50. So there you go. There's tonight's same game parlay. And the other ones I like, give me Alabama at home, the game that everybody's going to be watching. I'll take Alabama as a home dog all day. And then number 2, we're going to lay it up in Happy Valley this weekend. Penn State finally looks the part. They beat down the trendy Illinois pick that the public is all over. Give me Penn State laying the 18. So make sure you're using the Bet365 app. Of course, if you feel like you're having a gambling problem and want help, you can call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Always gamble responsibly. Don't gamble with money you don't have. I hope that goes without being said, but please, if you or someone you know needs help, 1-800-GAMBLER. But in the meantime, let's try and win some money. I'll try to provide you with some information, trends, and facts about these games that we can be smarter bettors together. Because I am no handicapper, folks. You get what you pay for, which is free advice from an idiot. That's me. So hopefully we win some money this weekend. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of PHLY Bets. We will see you again on Sunday morning to go over the full slate of action Sunday on Bet365. Use code PHLY365, $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. All right, see you on Sunday.
We all silly like the mayor.